So, hi everyone, welcome back to Rebirth TV. The other recording has ended, so this is the other aspect of the Rebirth TV series, or for the book Rebirth a Gift. So, revolutionizing, transforming, and inspiring film, TV, and media. And please check out our website at www.rmn.global. So this is a series for the novel, again, for Rebirth a Gift TV series, Series 1, Conception, which is absolutely the first aspect of the novel. On the other video that I did previously before this one, if you check it out, I did go into detail a little bit about the reason why I wrote Rebirth a Gift. And I will just be actually continuing on that as well. And here's the novel again, Rebirth a Gift novel. And I was explaining just the actual concept behind the novel, just being from New Orleans. You can see there's a lot of culture there. The main character in the novel is, the setting takes place in New Orleans. I am originally from Louisiana, so please excuse my very thick accent, okay? It is absolutely part of the culture. And just having that thick draw. Okay, so anyone that's from South, definitely you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is Rebirth a Gift series, part 1 of Conception. So I've already done, just kind of like went over this when it comes to part 1, part 2, what to expect, and so forth on the other videos. Okay, and I will also be sharing some additional screens as well today. And again, here's the novel for Rebirth a Gift. And on the previous video, I did mention just a little bit about my experience of actually growing up in foster care and being adopted, where I really started to first experience my own narcissistic abuse. At that time, again, I was a child. I wasn't aware that this was even a concept or people or individuals of this nature exist. So that's my picture. This is who you'll be speaking to. I'm Stacy Benton. I am an MBA graduate. Here's the website as well if you want to take a look. But we're going to just move forward on up here. And I was just sharing just a little bit about why I actually wrote Rebirth a Gift. And this is my electronic press kit, that if anyone would like to have my electronic press kits, I have it also in digital format. It's also on my website. But I just really want to make this really just genuine and authentic and just simple. So that's why it's in this current format here. And as you can see, I am the author of the novel, Rebirth a Gift. And the main reason why I wrote the book was as a way to heal. And this is just a very personal experience that I had as a result of narcissism. And I really want to be transparent when it comes to the TV series, when it comes to speaking to anyone or helping anyone that has gone through this type of experience, because it is absolutely traumatic and it is absolutely horrendous, especially as a child. And when you do experience this as a child, you really are not aware of what's really happening. You just know that you feel a lot of confusion and anxiety and hopelessness. And this is one of the things that I also experience. So if you do become triggered by my own personal story. That is not my intention. It's just to be transparent, to let you know that you're not alone in your journey of transcendence, in your journey of becoming a super empath, in your journey of becoming more empathic, and in your journey of transformation into the human being that God created you to be. So this is really the premise of Rebirth a Gift. And it's a very vital journey that the more you understand the process, the easier it is for you to go through it. The experiences are still going to be the experience, but as you start to gain knowledge and understanding of why you're going through what you're going through, then it'll make a lot more sense. So complex trauma can start as a child. Complex trauma can be a terminal illness. Complex trauma can be as a result of childhood abuse. Complex trauma can be a result of your own maybe mental illness or emotional trauma that you have experienced. So complex trauma is a complex topic. It is a complex issue. And just to share a little bit about my story is that as I grew up and in college, this is where I started to really understand that something was wrong, that what I went through was not normal. But when you're in the situation, when I was in foster care, when I was in the adopted home where really most of my abuse started, I did not understand this. I did not understand why I was going through what I was going through. And as you start to go through your journey, you will start to feel a lot of similarities with that, not really understanding why. And you will have a lot of confusion around that. So this is just a little reading here that I have, well, some writing here that I'm actually going to read. When it comes to complex trauma, when it comes to my own personal experience, and again, it's not to trigger you, it's just to inspire you, to let you know that you're not alone. I made a commitment that I was actually going to be very transparent with my own experiences and to help you move past the pain and the suffering. And again, this is the main reason for writing Rebirth a Gift, okay? So I can remember an event that was so complex in understanding, question its relevancy, if necessary, to share such vivid memories of a traumatic childhood. However, now more than ever, understand the freedom and significance of sharing my own story of complex trauma and must be a leader despite the uncertainties and share my truth. Really believe in the power of speaking your truth when feel it is necessary and when you're ready. Courage comes in numerous forms and it's not always comfortable. However, understanding just one of these events from childhood could possibly encourage and inspire someone to speak out and stop suffering in silence. Words that describe my life experiences are powerful, painful, beautiful, wonderful, humbling, supernatural, spiritual, motivational, and inspirational. All these words represent the restorative complexities of a profound humanistic experience. There have been many crossroads when I remember being in the center of life, a road that should lead to somewhere, but I could not recognize where. Something about roads has intrigued me. The beating heart of an 11-year-old pounding with intensity as fear gripped a little soul, mind, and spirit, forced to stand in the middle of a main highway, Highway 9, after a sociopathic adoptive father forced me, the little girl he took in from foster care and adopted, only wanted the dad that I knew to love me. Instead, an abandonment was cemented deep in my psyche as a child. No one will ever love me. Right then, at this moment, I learned to smile in the pain. Shaking in the middle of Highway 9, right in the middle of the two bold yellow lines, in the middle of the lanes. Cars whispering by, honking their horns and yelling, "Get out of the middle of the highway!" Puzzled, startled gazes staring in awe, unable to comprehend what this little sandy brown-haired, hazel-eyed, saddened little girl with big bushy ponytails, why she wasn't getting out of danger. Can still feel the air rushing past, and at any moment the little frail girl could be thrust into oncoming traffic at any moment. If made the wrong move, my precious life could end before it begins. But God, in His infinite wisdom, had a plan. So this is just a little snippet of a very personal experience that actually happened in my life when I was 11, when I was 11. So I was very young when this happened. And it really left a traumatic imprint in my mind. I went through the foster home at age 9, but when this happened, I was around the age of 11. And I could never forget it. It's like, even to this day, I remember this event very vividly. And this is just one of many. And I could sit here and talk about this casually in all authenticity because I have gone through my healing. Now, 10 years ago, this would not have been possible to actually express this. And I also toyed with and wrestled with how much of my story to share. But when I had a deeper understanding of the purpose behind what I went through, I learned that my story is important. And that being honest with it, it's not just about me. It's about other women, other men, other children, other teenagers that have experienced foster care, maybe have experienced being adopted in a home that was toxic or dysfunctional, or even was raised in a home with narcissism and sociopaths and psychopaths. So there's different extremities and levels to that. But I can definitely say that it has been one of the most profound journeys of my life to be able to go through my transformation. And also, just a little bit more about the experience, I will expound on that on the next video, because again, my whole objective is to make the videos 15 minutes or less, simply because I want you to be able to really digest what I'm saying, because the words that I am sharing with you will help you to heal, and you will begin to understand that as you listen to the videos, it'll be like healing that will resonate with you in a more deeper, more profound way. But one of my goals is to really share my story with all transparency and authenticity, because I made that commitment not only to myself, but to you, those that feel silenced, that you can't share your story, but you find strength and resiliency through hearing my story, others' stories. And that's one of the things that helped me to let me know that I was not alone in my journey